the vast majority of people, December is a total health write-off. But what if there was a way to still enjoy the festive season and all of the food and alcohol which come with it, whilst managing to stay somewhat on track with your health? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing all of the tips that I've learned from coaching people in nutrition, as well as the exact science behind how your body might change over the festive period. And just as a bit of a disclaimer, none of this video applies to Christmas Day or the immediate days leading up to and following Christmas. I am a prime example of someone who takes it way too far every Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and no matter how healthy I am, I will always choose to eat chocolate for breakfast on Christmas Day. This video is not here to tell you how to make a low-calorie Christmas dinner, and the last thing I want is to make anyone feel guilty for enjoying the festive period. Simply to make you aware of some of the challenges that you might face with food, and some practical tips for anyone who wants to be a bit more sensible. So the first point is really important, and that is that you need to understand what's going on with your body and environment in order to be able to set realistic expectations. So I don't think I need to explain to you that December is generally filled with lots of processed food and lots of alcohol. But what effect does this have on your body? So everyone has a few different hormones which regulate appetite, and these have an effect on an area of the brain called hypothalamus, which acts as a control centre for hunger, satiety and appetite. Two of the big players in this are leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is mainly released from fat cells and sends satiety signals to our brain. Ghrelin, on the other hand, is pretty much the opposite to this and is released from the stomach to signal to make us hungrier. Now, Christmas is generally a time of quite high stress. There's quite a lot going on, and even if that stress is excitement, it's still stress to the body. This, along with a lack of sleep, which many of us can experience over the holiday period, can have an impact on these hunger hormones. And if ghrelin goes up with leptin coming down, this is our body's way of signalling that we're hungry and need more food. And to make matters a bit worse, most people see a massive increase in processed food over the Christmas period. And eating processed food can also massively mess up with our appetite signals. So our appetite signals are making us hungrier, and as well as that, we have more cues to eat. So it's no wonder people end up taking it a bit too far. So what can we do about this then? Well, it takes around half an hour for signals from your gut to reach your brain and notify it that you're full. So eating slower or even taking a break between meals can give your brain a chance to catch up with your gut and stop you from overeating. We can also help out our hunger hormones by trying to add in nutritious, high-volume food in between festive activities. As a general kind of rule, if something's good for your gut, it's probably good for your satiety hormones too. Add in nutritious meals instead of being overly restrictive. What you'll probably find is that you no longer flip between these ends of the hunger spectrum, and instead you sit somewhere in the middle. And this is generally just a bit of a happier way of living because it can prevent binge restriction cycles from happening. So the next thing I want you to be aware of over Christmas is more of a behavioural thing, and that is how emotional and reward type eating can massively go up. Reward type eating is okay in small amounts, so stuff like Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year. But rewarding yourself all the way through the festive period for making it through the year can make you feel a little bit crap, and these are the reasons why. Number one, so it enforces the idea that your normal diet is crap and boring, and that by following what you normally eat, you're depriving yourself, so you need a reward. Your normal diet should be something that you're excited to eat and not something that you feel like you need to escape from. And the second reason is that rewarding yourself with crappy food can generally just feed into quite negative food behaviours, i.e. specific triggers can lead to eating junk food, which leads you to feel guilty and then repeat the cycle. This might be okay for specific people who don't have a problem with this, but if you do have a problem with this, it's probably worth keeping an eye on. So how do we tackle this, and what should we be doing instead? So you need to make a conscious decision when you're going to have a bit of a blowout, and for the rest of the time, focus on good nutrition. And mindset is really important here. You're allowing yourself periods of eating whatever you want guilt-free, but then for the rest of the time you should eat food which is good for you, which you also enjoy. You need to remember that you're not eating this type of food because you have to eat it or that you're depriving yourself. You're eating these foods so that you can have good energy levels and adequately food your body for all of the fun activities that go on over Christmas. If you have the mindset that you're depriving yourself or missing out or trying to lose weight, you'll probably just end up making yourself feel miserable. And the final thing which I've found when coaching clients, and I want you to be aware of, is the I'll wait until January mindset. So I hate this mindset because it enforces an all or nothing type approach when it comes to fitness and lifestyle. The ability to be flexible and being able to account for when things aren't perfect and the environment isn't ideal, without totally throwing the towel in and starting from scratch, is one of the key things, in my opinion, which can transform someone from being a yo-yo dieter into someone who has nutrition and healthy lifestyle as a way of life. Being able to do half-assed versions of habits and not being an all or nothing type person is a way better approach. It helps to build resilience with your fitness and lifestyle journey when shit hits the fan, which, if your life is anything like mine, is all of the time. Ordering a salad on the side, even if you're going to order a big greasy pizza with a glass of wine at a restaurant, is still a small win and is still a half-assed habit in my opinion, so should be celebrated. So just as a quick recap, Christmas is not an ideal time to try to lose weight, but just be aware of how the holidays can affect your hunger signals, and whenever possible make up for this by adding in nutrient-dense food. Try to do habits half-assed over Christmas, and remember how important mindset is. Thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.